Hey guys, I am again going to try to keep it short, but you know me. I get going and I get worked up, and I am worked up about today's topic that I wanted to talk about, and it's one, unfortunately, that you guys are going to go, ugh, Mr. Ryan, we have talked about this like 100 times, and we know your feelings on it, but it's very important. Plus, we got a lot of new faces in especially in detention right now that haven't probably heard this whole topic. But also, I want to kind of spin this topic, and the topic is being a cycle breaker. What is a cycle breaker, Mr. Ryan? I've never heard that term. A cycle breaker is somebody who comes from generations, who was raised by a certain kind of parent or grandparent or guardian, aunt, uncle, whoever, that had tendencies of behaviors and ways of raising kids and ways of interacting with people, good things and bad things. But when I talk about breaking a cycle, I talk about breaking the bad things, the substance abuse, the domestic violence, the things that we don't want to continue on when we have our own kids, and the things that we don't want to pass along to those that look up to us as well for ways to treat other people. And I've talked about this a million times. I know some of you are sick of it. You guys that know me and that have heard a little bit about my story, I come from generations of men who were awful, terrible men who struggled with substance abuse, who had mental illness that they didn't care to seek help for, that were very abusive towards women, that abusive and neglectful to their kids. It was just a long string of bad men. And I told you guys in previous videos, I'm super proud of, I definitely consider myself a cycle breaker. It's probably the thing that I'm most proud of in my life, because that means not only do I have to live that life, but more importantly, my kids don't have to live the life that I had to live, which is awesome, because I don't want them to feel a shred of what I felt. So when it comes to you guys and breaking cycles, right? We could have generational cycles where you don't want to fall into the same patterns that the men or women before you fell into, or we have cycles here, like while you're just here in the building, and patterns of behavior, or patterns of behavior that got you to be in this building, right? Those are cycles that we can break, and those are things that we really need to recognize. Like, am I caught in a just a kind of a wheel that keeps going? How do I get out of that? How do I break out of that? And I'm going to tell you guys, it wasn't easy. It's not easy work, and unfortunately, some of you are in a cycle. It's not easy. Change comes so hard sometimes, and sometimes it comes easily. Remember yesterday we talked about small steps, right? Well, big changes happen usually with small steps. And so I want to first and foremost let you guys know the importance of becoming a cycle breaker, because it not only changes your life, it changes the paths of the lives that are around you, the lives of your kids and their kids, and all kinds of things. It's a huge picture. And it's great to be talking about it now, because I didn't realize that at your age. And only when I became a dad did I really understand the importance of, man, I really have to deal with my stuff, because this little life that I'm responsible for now, I don't want this little life to go through that. And so that took me probably too late, right? You guys have the opportunity right now. You have the opportunity to start breaking these mini cycles so you can break the big one and live the life that you deserve, which is a good, healthy, productive, and happy life. So cycle breakers, man. I've joked about it with you guys. Like, I want to buy t-shirts or something, and we have them around here. I definitely want it into our mural that we're painting over in the classroom hall, somewhere in there. I think that's important, and I think it's just important to keep talking to you guys about it. Now, I will say, for some of our kids who have been here for an extended period of time, if you've been here for a while, I must say, and I will give you all the credit in the world, because I have seen patterns of behaviors that have existed when you first got here that you've worked on and improved upon, meaning you're beginning to unravel and break that cycle. So that's a big deal, and I really want to recognize those that have done that And if you have, I think you probably know who you are. There have been instances I know where, certain situations, you get a point loss, you get a PR, you get a room restriction even, where you might fly off the handle, go off on staff. Maybe it required a hands-on intervention or something like that in the past. I've seen massive improvements from a lot of you in those regards, and I just want you to take a second and like celebrate your own success. Recognize those instances where you have made changes where, man, the old me would have da 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 whatever, and now the new me going through similar, I get a consequence and I'm not doing that. That's a big deal, and you should celebrate yourself for that. Definitely, don't let up. Keep going. Keep trying. Keep always recognizing those things, but again, take time to celebrate those small steps that lead to that big change. So, break the cycle. You have an opportunity right now. You're here. You got help. You got support. You got each other. You have staff. You have therapists and caseworkers and people who are genuinely concerned with helping you break that cycle. That's their job, but it's not just a job to any of us. We all care. All those people that are workers and people in your life, they're here because they care about you, and they're doing what they do, and sometimes they take the abuse that they do because they genuinely care. They want you to break the cycle because they know how important it is. So I've been looking for a sign off to these videos, and I don't really know if you have a really cool way of me saying, hey, video done, see ya. My instant thought was Cycle Breakers Unite. And I might start using that because I consider you guys all working towards breaking that cycle. I know I am. I keep doing it. I'm always doing it, always conscious of it. And guys, it's made a huge difference in my life and my kids' lives, and hopefully yours as well, because I wouldn't be here today talking to you, making this video, if it weren't for breaking that cycle. So, Cycle Breakers Unite.